of you. Here we begin with the first class of transfer pricing. After doing a very jumbo topic for 6 days, that is non-resident. Frankly speaking, it could have been covered in 5 days. I went little very slow and I was repeating the concept that stretched to one more class. No problem. Now, transfer pricing is very easy topic, but I'll tell you the surprising part is more than non-resident transfer pricing is asked. Like non-resident one question, DTA one question along with all MCQs. So 8 to 10 marks weightage. Here it is 10 plus weightage. Transfer pricing, two questions are asked to you to solve. One is the cup method fixed, another RSP method, yeah, एखादे बार profit split method they have asked. Along with this MCQs or one cup method problem. One very popular problems here are for the secondary adjustment for the IPTA. So with lot of weightage on important things and overall covering up all the knowledge of transfer pricing. That's what is topic today. Okay, right. So let us begin now. And you know, each video is made with lot of quality. One thing, I don't know, good or bad, I'm saying this in recording. I want all the recording students and live students to listen. As a teacher, I also want to save my energy. So nothing I will say extra कि ये video काम का नहीं है, skip कर दो, ये important नहीं है. Today's class is the base of transfer pricing from which 1 into 5 marks questions are also asked. So if it is not important as a teacher, just because it's there in your syllabus, I'll not cover it up. मैं भी छोड़ दूंगी. I'll not teach only that part. Do you understand? I'm repeating once again, your direct tax portion is not tough, but it is vast. So rather than doing everything equally, we are, just skipping few things not important and which is very important, we are going to repeat. So every class is important. Any student watching recording of the video also and skipping the videos will not help. Okay, chalo. Now this topic transfer pricing is everything covered in section 92. Okay, and why we are studying this topic in this world where we have already covered two concepts. One is non-resident coming to India, player paying tax under 115 BBA and all. DTAA, we going to Singapore, giving training, getting income, taking relief under 90 or 91, already covered. Now what we are doing, ma'am? So transfer pricing comes into play when I am doing transactions with my associate enterprise. In layman's term, I call it sister concern. So there's an international transaction. I am doing transaction with some other country, and in that transaction there is associate enterprise on the other side, my sister concern. Then the government is saying this transaction should be unbiased. Unbiased transaction means this transaction should be at arm's length price, ALP. Is this clear to all of you? Arm's length price. Okay, right. So these transfer pricing transactions are, as I said, first of all, international transaction between associate enterprise, and they say it should be at arm's length price. Now, why people will do these kind of transactions and what? Let me explain you in my way the concept and then we will read. Okay, right, the other things. चलो ये देखो हम क्या पढ़ रहे हैं कि there should be what? International transaction. Kabhi bhi, when you study this topic as a base level, you should have an idea what I'm taking today is also very important, and from this also the questions are asked. So there has to be an international transactions, okay, between associate enterprise, between associate enterprise, just look at the screen, and it has to be at arm's length price. Arm's length price is unbiased price between buyer and seller, wherein buyer and seller are not related. So that price is called as arm's length price. Okay. Now, we say why this transaction is there. Okay. Now, these transactions are between resident and non-resident. So, here we are resident, here we are non-resident. I am doing purchases from my non-resident holding company है या कुछ भी है, associate enterprise है. Just an example. I'm doing purchases from them, and this purchases is at say rupees 20, whereas same non-resident is supplying to others in India with the same terms and conditions at rupees 11. Are you getting? I am purchasing. Now, what is sister concern? What is international transaction? That's what we are going to do in today's class. But I'm telling you the purpose ki knock ke transfer pricing ka concept hi kyun aaya income tax mein. So when I am buying from non-resident in 20 rupees, that same non-resident other than associate enterprise कोई other Indian को supply कर रहे हैं 11 रुपए में. So they are giving costly to me. I am trying to inflate my expenses by 9 rupees and decrease my profit by 9 rupees. Do you agree this is the right thing? हम ना अपने sister concern से we are buying things at a costlier rate. Huh? And we are saying no, it is at arm's length. When we compared, they are supplying to others in India at 11. Why they are supplying to us at 20? So if I am buying at 20, you can say, ma'am, if they are selling you at 20, their sales is also high, no? To other, their sales is 11. To me 20. तो यहाँ पे अगर टैक्स सेव भी कर रहे हैं तो यहाँ पे टैक्स पे करना पड़ेगा. But the non-resident is from that country where tax is zero. That is, we call it as tax haven countries, or the tax is least. Like you can say Mauritius है, आपका Switzerland है, Bermuda है. ऐसे थोड़े countries हैं where the tax rates are least and zero. तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. It doesn't matter to my associate enterprise instead of 11 if their sales is inflated. Their sales is inflated by 9 rupees because for them anyhow tax is not there, and benefit to me is I am buying at higher rate, trying to decrease my profit and inflate my expenses. Then income tax is saying effect. इसका effect ये है, bring this transaction also at arm's length, and more purchases you have debited excess 9, because of that your profit is reduced. Increase your profit. Increase your profit by 9 rupees. Are you all with me? I'm teaching you the transfer pricing also and their base level cup method also. Cup is controlled price. Comparable uncontrolled price in the market, मतलब arm's length price जिसमें buyer and seller are not related. Same thing can happen in the sales. When I am selling to them, I am now selling. R is a resident, is selling to non-resident sister concern at 10 rupees per product, whereas same R is selling to others at 7 rupees. और 17 rupees. चलो ज्यादा लेंगे ना, कम में तो नहीं चलेगा. I'll tell you the reason for that also. I am selling to my sister concern at 10, suppressing my sales, whereas I sell to others non-related parties in same foreign country at 70. I am trying to reduce my sales. So now increase sales by 7 and so increase profit by 7. That's what they are saying. Government is saying all your international transactions with your associate enterprise should be at arm's length. Is the base clear or not? It will take 10 minutes extra, but then this is the best way. Clear? Okay, ma'am, can it happen reverse? I have sold to my sister concern reverse. Is it allowed? I have done sale. I have done sale to R at 32. I have sold to other. R is selling to non-resident in 32. I am selling to others at 55. नहीं सॉरी, चलो इसको रिवर्स लेना है ना, तो कम में ले लेते हैं, 12 रुपए में. I have sold to my sister concern at 32, whereas I am selling to others at 12. So will the department say, no, no, now comes at arm's length? Why did you overshow the profit? Profit ko kam karo? Answer is no. This, you like it or not, Income Tax Act is completely lopsided. Are you getting this? Example number 1. Now it is example number 2. And now it is example number 3. Sale are 32 rupees this time. This time what it is? This is resident, this is non-resident. Others at 12. Now decrease sale by 20. Decrease the profit by 20. Boldly here, not allowed. Government is saying ignore. In short, the gist of all this is transfer pricing. Transfer pricing is applicable only when profit is to be increased, as in example 2, or expenses are to be reduced, as in example 1. Dekho, I have purchased from my sister concern at 20, whereas others are purchasing from my sister concern associate enterprise at 11. I am buying at a higher rate. अरे थोड़ा खर्चा बढ़ जाएगा, profit कम हो जाएगा. So transfer pricing is applicable. If it is vice versa, transfer pricing not applicable. I want you to write this in the very first page of your book. I think I'm on page number 317. वहां पे ना ये इतना बोल्ड में लिखो, हेडर में. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Many students, they dive into transfer pricing, they try to solve the problem. Little twist in the exam, they don't know because base building is not there. तो 15 मिनट और पेशेंस रखो, ये बेस बिल्डिंग है. लिखो. I'm waiting. I'm freezing the screen. If you have any doubt in my handwriting, ask. If anything is not clear, ask me to repeat. If all clear, put me a message and copy this down. Finish writing, then put me a message. Is everything clear? Transfer pricing is applicable only when income is to be increased. या तो सेल इंक्रीज करो, इनकम इंक्रीज करो, एक्सपेंसेस डिक्रीज करो, इनकम इंक्रीज करो. That's the only thing when you have to apply transfer pricing. Okay. Now we are ready to go to learn. Ma'am, you said transfer pricing is applicable to international transactions. So what are these international transactions? It is given in 92B. A for associate enterprise. Associate enterprise detailed may we will learn the definition, and write and go from today's class. At least 2 MCQs they will ask. Okay, are these associate enterprises in the following case? Yes or no? Okay. And it has to be at arm's length. तो मैम arm's length कैसे निकालना है? There are 5 methods of arm's length, and the most important method is the cup method, which I will start and take some problems also. Okay. So these are the 3 things we are discussing now in detail. Chalo. Open your material. Oh, by mistake. See, 92A is associate enterprise. 92B is international transaction. 92C is compute arm's length price. Sometimes, can I go, like we have studied board of advanced ruling and all like that. Can I get the advance में कि मैं ये transaction कर रही हूँ, कौन सा price लूँ, क्या करूँ, and so on. Huh? Right. And then secondary adjustments. Do we need to adjust in the books and all? Yes. For transfer pricing, what are the documents? How many years they are required? Should I get my books of accounts audited? And all that. And then last, we will study the GAR rules. Okay? Right. This is all introduction that today international transactions are being done and we are following OECD models. Yeah, I started the recording. It's going on, dear. Thank you so much for reminding. Yeah. Now, arm's length price. Okay. Did you understand the meanings? Arm's length price between two associates is that price that would have been charged between two comparable, independent, unrelated parties. I told you ALP का one word answer है unbiased price. कोई इमोशंस नहीं है जिसमें. That is arm's length price. Okay, right. And now first there is some more theory to it. ये सब हम करेंगे. ठीक है, चलो, let us read and then move ahead. Unnecessarily we'll be skipping the theory. कभी आता भी है. There are several reasons as to why the OECD member countries and other countries have adopted arm's length. See, if you're not doing the transactions at arm's length, you're not showing the correct price, you're not paying the correct tax in the correct country. हाँ, क्या हुआ इंडिया में ज्यादा टैक्स है तो क्या आप पूरा सेल अंडर कटिंग करके बताओगे? So that's not right. So the significance of arm's length, or please write over here, एग्जाम में ऐसे पूछ सकते हैं, purpose or objective of arm's length price. A major reason is that arm's length price provide broad parity of tax treatment between the MNCs and interdependent enterprise. Market का rate अलग है. So to avoid the creation of tax advantage and all, so that should be covered up. To show correct profit, if you are not showing the transaction at arm's length price, you are suppressing the sales and all. Reduction of artificial price distortion between sister concern. Minimization of the double taxation. We all know कि fair enough कि wherever which country you have to pay tax, you should pay tax there only. And accurate measurement of the economic contribution. If they contribute and show the correct price, the whole economic picture will be more clear. Please read the inside things in detail at home. If you feel, ma'am, this point is not clear, please let me know in the next class. Now, it's right that coming 3 days we are going to study arm's length price with different methods. But now, important thing is, practically, what are the difficulties with arm's length? ना या बिना देखे भी लिख सकते हो एग्जाम में, लॉजिक से आंसर करूं. I have purchased from my sister concern at 70 and they are selling to others at 10. So if I want, government is saying नहीं आप भी 10 price लो, आपने 17 क्यों लिया था ऐसे? अरे because they have given me superior quality, they have given me warranty, others they have not given. My goods are supplied till here. So CIF, carriage, insurance, freight, all from say Spain to India is covered. They are FOB, free on board and all. तो वो सब covered है नहीं है, मालूम नहीं है हमको. So in short, when you're following transfer pricing, agreed that we should work. Start your answer. 5 methods I'll teach. Whatever you do, start your answer with the unbiased price. That is true. Exam mein. But unbiased price ke liye you need so much of data. So one of the practical difficulties, availability of the proper data for comparison. Sometimes I may be the only person buying from my sister concern, associate enterprise. पूरे का पूरा मुझे ही सेल करती है. तो मार्केट में if they are not selling, how can you compare कि they are selling to Dipti ma'am at correct price or not? Then we can go for resale method. मैं भी तो बेच रही हूँ ना. तो I am selling at what price? Minus my profit, minus my expense, costing logic. Sale minus the profit, total cost minus the selling expenses, cost of goods sold. Cost sheet बनाते थे ना. So like this, lot of data is available. Proper facts should be there. It's time consuming to get the details of the transfer pricing. So these are some of the disadvantages. कभी कभी information भी नहीं रहती है proper. देखो, true comparison becomes difficult. Availability of data, and then even if data is available, the reliability, absence of market, absence of comparable price, administrative burden, and time lag. Okay, I have purchased at 20 rupees, but 3 महीने पहले आज का प्राइस 13 रुपए है, तो how can you compare 3 months? हाँ, if I have purchased at 20 rupees that time, that day's price you compare, तब बात बनेगी. Are you getting? So these are the practical difficulties faced by the ALP. Okay, chalo. Now, in 2001, they have introduced this concept of transfer pricing, and they said conditions which must be satisfied to enter this chapter called as transfer pricing. First one, there must be international transaction. International transaction should be between two associate enterprise. Yet, dear students, I have not told you what is an associate enterprise. So there must be an international transaction. Transaction should be between the associate enterprise. इंटरनेशनल ट्रांजैक्शन किस टाइप का होना चाहिए? इट कुड बी फॉर परचेज, सेल, लीज of goods, of tangible assets, of goodwill, patent, copyrights, intangible assets, provision of services, borrowing money on loan. Huh? I am borrowing from my sister concern at 18%. Same my sister concern to other party in Hyderabad, they are giving at 12%. तो मेरे से ही ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट ले रहे हैं, just so that I can inflate my interest expense and reduce my profit. So that means now, dear students, have a broad view that transfer pricing is not just for purchase and sale. It is very wide. It is covering your loan and provision of services and so many other transactions. Any transactions having a bearing on profit, income, losses, and all. Further, such transactions may also involve allocation or apportionment or contribution. Yeah, this is very important. Many students, they don't understand this. ये ना इसको example करके यहाँ पे लिखो, head office expenses apportioned. You know, sometimes my head office is in UK and they have incurred an advertisement, massive advertisement campaign across world in all the major TV channels and all, and then they have bifurcated the expense. तो क्या basis पे expense bifurcate किए? बरोबर है नहीं है? Such international transaction must be at arm's length. Okay. And the above adjustment either should result, star mark this for true and false, objective question and all. Mark karo isko important. Until now, is the language clear? I'm really sorry if some of you are feeling कि मैम आप बहुत skip कर रहे, word to word मैं नहीं पढ़ा सकती. I mean, I cannot read. You read it at home. I'm explaining you the best gist, which is very, very important. The last point sometimes loses its importance. So next batch is going to get it in bold. I hope you all understand that because of the transfer pricing adjustment, income should increase or losses should decrease, then only. If adjustment should not have the effect of reducing the income and increase, अगर ऐसा है तो फिर नहीं. Transfer pricing. AO will have wide powers to determine what is the arm's length price and international transaction and so on. Okay, right. Let us give coming 15-20 minutes core to understand what is associate enterprise. और इसको देखो कैसे पढ़ना है. एग्जाम में अभी तक 2-3 बार 5 marks, 3 marks questions are asked. They'll give you cases. Are they associate enterprise? Are they associate? So you have to remember, control से associate enterprise हैं, या sole buyer हैं, या sole seller हैं, या उस company का major directors we are appointing. What is it? There are different conditions, and if any one of it is satisfied, the two concerns will become associate enterprise. Acha, these two concerns will not be head office and branches. Head office branches unko ye applicable nahi hai transfer pricing. This is with other concern. So how now, let us see that other concerns will become the associate enterprise. ठीक है? Right. एक एक concept, उसका एक एक example required. Let us make a diagram also in those gaps which I have given. Look at the screen. Immediately after completing this, we'll solve one past exam question also. Or MCQ also they are asking ki whether this is associate enterprise or not. Chalo. Yes. Associate enterprise in relation to another enterprise is defined in section 92A1. An enterprise which participates directly or indirectly through one or more intermediaries in, okay, associate enterprise. They participate in the management of other enterprise, control of other enterprise, or capital of under enterprise by होल्डिंग सब्सिडरी या कैसे भी उनके शेयर्स हमारे पास हैं, या वो कंपनी का पूरा डिसीजन मेकिंग कंट्रोल and management. How? Example, when A Limited directly participates in the management of B, B directly participates in the management of C. In such situation, A has direct participation in the management of B. A जो है B कंपनी को मैनेज कर रहे हैं, B जो है C को, तो A and C, in such scenario both B and C Limited would become associate enterprise of A. Are you all getting? A is controlling or managing or having voting power in B. B above a limit. What is that? 26% आएगा. A के पास 26% है, उससे ज्यादा शेयर है B के. B के पास 60% शेयर है, तो A is controlling B, B is controlling C. Through B, A is directly controlling C. So I want all of you to write here, both B and C are associate enterprise of A. A and C also associate enterprise. A and B also associate. थोड़ा लिख दो, और ये एग्जाम्पल 26% लिखना है तो भी लिखो. I'll be giving examples a lot in coming 10-15 minutes. If you have conflict in my example or you want any kind of explanation, then ask me. चलिए आगे, next one, second way. If one or more person, one or more मतलब third person, participates directly or indirectly through one or more intermediaries in the management of two different enterprises, controls them, or participates in capital. How? Mr. A has a control over A Limited. Mr. A is also controlling and managing B Limited. Both A and B are associate enterprise since they have a common person A who controls them. तो A और B मिलके क्या हो जाएंगे? Associate enterprise. Take a pause, and if some of you are thinking कि ma'am, I have never done this, पहली बार पढ़ रहे हैं, तो I want you to separately, तो you have followed, dear students, take 2 minutes time and see the comparability of first and second example. First में via है, A is controlling B, B is controlling C. So indirectly through B, A is also controlling C. And in the second one, Mr. A alone is controlling two companies. So both these companies will be what? Associate enterprise. ठीक है? Chalo, over to the next page now. Deemed associate enterprise. For the above purpose, two enterprise shall be associate enterprise. ये तो straight associate enterprise है. 90 to A1. When one company is controlling another, another is controlling, or one company is controlling both, one person. Okay, right. Now deemed means assumed to be associate enterprise. Okay, two enterprise shall be deemed or assumed to be associate enterprise if any time during the year. I want you to underline any time, और इसको bold में भी लिखो, any time. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि पूरा साल ये सेम रेशियो रहना है, चलेगा. Any time. If they fulfill these conditions, very interesting, they are very simple, they will be said to be associate enterprise. Number one. Okay. Anyone is having any doubt, use the chat box. If you are not able to type, forget कि recording चल रही है, आप unmute करके पूछ लो क्या doubt है. One enterprise directly or indirectly shares carrying not less than 26% of all the voting power, okay, of other enterprises. So 26% या उससे ज़्यादा voting power is there with one company. For example, Alpha Limited. In the gap, I want you to make the diagram. Alpha Limited holds 33% shares, voting power in Beta. Beta Limited holds 40% voting power in Sita Limited. So Alpha Limited is holding more than 26% shares in the Beta, 33%. Beta is holding more than 40% shares in Sita. Indirectly through Beta, therefore both Beta and Sita Limited are also associate enterprise of A. A और B तो A associate enterprise होंगे. C, मैम C के पास डायरेक्टली कोई भी शेयर्स नहीं है, A के पास C के, but indirectly A is controlling B 33%, अब B controlling C 40, अब वो 40 का 33% तो A के पास है ना. So like that. Okay. Next is any person on enterprise holds directly or indirectly shares not less than 26% of voting power in other enterprise. Mr. A holds in X Limited 45% share. Mr. A holds 45% share in both X Limited and Y Limited. दोनों. Y के पास भी मेरे कितने शेयर हैं? 45%. Neither X Limited has any holding in Y Limited nor Y Limited has. समझ में आ रहा है आप सबको? X और Y, they are not holding each other's shares, but both companies more than 26% shares are held by Mr. A, common person who is controlling the two companies. So then these two companies will become what? Associate enterprise. And X and Y, you are not directly associate enterprise, कोई control नहीं है एक दूसरे के पास, but it is with a third person. So you are deemed to be associate enterprise, and X and Y between you, all the transactions should be at arm's length. Clear to all of you? Right. Chalo. Is my speed fine? You all are able to draw the diagram साथ में, ताकि one day before exam just scroll this material is there with you. Problems are also very good with all the methods and very scoring. इसके अलावा so many times they are asking, as I said, the problems for secondary adjustment or IPTA, they are also all repeated. चलो. Manufacturing or processing of goods or articles are carried out by one enterprise wholly, not partially, dependent on use, technical know-how, patent, copyrights, and other enterprise, or data, documentation, investment, model, formula. Huh? Okay, so we are manufacturing dairy milk, and all the patent, formula, logo, wrapper, everything is given by the Cadbury's company. So are we associated to मैम, लेकिन Cadbury's के पास आपके शेयर, आपके पास ऐसा तो नहीं है. And moreover, this has to be any time in the year. Even if for 3 months these conditions are satisfied, for this year it will be associate enterprise. ऐसा नहीं है कि throughout the year होना है. Clear? So when we are processing, manufacturing, wherein we are dependent 100%, not 90 or 60, 100% for all our requirement to the other countries, other company who is supplying us patent copyrights, then sure it is this. Okay. Chalo, next. 90% or more of raw material. So here it was patent copyrights and all. 90% or more of the raw material and consumable required for manufacturing or processing are supplied by other enterprise or by person. Okay. So Thomas Limited is purchasing from Spain Limited supplies raw material. Okay. Thomas Limited, who is from Spain, supplies raw material to Cook Limited, India. तो Cook Limited India की company है. It is buying raw material from Thomas Limited, Spain, 95 lakhs. Out of the total raw material of 100 lakhs, Cook Limited is using. In this case, Thomas and Cook are associate enterprise. As if price is influenced by Thomas Limited. बात समझ में आ रही है? हमारा पूरा our 100%, 90%, they say, not 100. Here it is 90% or more raw material is supplied from other company. So definitely that company is having indirectly some control. So that's why it is a sister concern. And make sure, even if you are buying 95% of material from Thomas Limited Spain, it has to be arm's length purchases. If not, we will see that Thomas is supplying to others also at what limit price, and it is supplying to Cook Limited also at what price. Clear to all of you? So like these are the conditions. Chalo, next. The goods or articles manufactured or processed by one enterprise are sold to other enterprise or to a person specified by other enterprise, and the price and the conditions relating thereto are influenced by other enterprise. Okay? Oswald Limited supplies goods. अभी तो हम खरीद रहे थे और या फिर we were following their formula. Now we are selling. So the Oswald Limited India, nice all names given by the typist, is supplying goods to Doraemon UK at a price influenced by Doraemon. Oswald and Doraemon will become what? Associate enterprise. Followed? So we are selling the goods outside India, but here the major buyer is Doraemon and he is having influence. What's the difference in D and E? In D, 90% or more of our purchases are from other party and other party is influencing. In E, we are selling, but in sales also, there could be bias. Just because majorly we are selling to Doraemon Limited, we could say, अरे selling price वैसे तो 120 है, but we will sell you in 100, 20 rupees आप ऐसे ऊपर से दे देना हमको. तो उसका भी his, if 120 item, if I am selling in 100, so his purchases is also suppressed, no? But in his country it may be tax may be less. Follow? Right. Next, when one enterprise is controlled by individual, the other enterprise is also controlled by such individual or his relatives, or jointly by such individual and relative. A and B are relative. A has control over X limited. B has control over Y limited. In such case, X and Y would be associative. A and B are relative. ये देखो. One enterprise is controlled by one individual. Mr. A is controlling X limited. Mr. B Mr. A is controlling X limited. Mr. B is controlling Y limited. And X and A and B are relatives. So X and Y also will become deemed associate enterprise. Are you writing the example and is my speed fine, or you want me to go still slower, or how? Either sole buyer or sole seller, or I am controlling A limited, my son is controlling S limited, and we are relatives. So our firms are also relative, no? Associate enterprise. ऐसे होता है नहीं प्रैक्टिकली. एक फर्म फादर के नाम से, एक सन के नाम से, और उनमें ना ट्रांजैक्शन कोई भी प्राइस पे होते हैं. ऐसे कैसे? Transaction should be at arm's length price. If you have tried to reduce the income, they will increase. ठीक है? One enterprise is controlled by HUF. The other enterprise is controlled by a member of such HUF or by relative of the member of such HUF. Same, exactly abhi jo padha, but this time it is like HUF. Z limited controlled by HUF and Q limited controlled by कर्ता और member. तो Z और Q क्या हो जाएंगे? Associate enterprise. Clear to all of you? One enterprise is controlled by HUF. Z limited is controlled by HUF. Q limited is controlled by कर्ता और co-partner or any member of the HUF. तो Z और Q आपस में क्या हो जाएंगे? Associate enterprise. Where one enterprise is a firm, association of person or body of individuals, and other enterprise holds not less than 10% in such firm. Okay, right? So at least 10% they are holding. One enterprise is the same. Other enterprise holds not less than in such firm, association and all. अब देखो पार्टनरशिप फर्म है ABC. Okay. Partnership firm है ABC. In that, say A is having some share more than 10%. Okay, not as a partner, but उसकी अपनी एक firm है और AOP है, BO है, and other enterprise, another AOP, they are also having a share in this firm greater than 10%, then those enterprise will be associate enterprise. H1 is clear, or you want a diagram? There's no space left. I will make the diagram down. One enterprise is a firm, AOP, BOI. The other enterprise holds not less than 10% in such firm, AOP और BOI. समझ में आ रहा है? पार्टनरशिप फर्म है ABC. ए जो पार्टनर है ना 10% के अबव, ए का खुद का फर्म है and that firm is into partnership firm above 10%. Okay, right. Read it please at home again with all the examples. Now, a loan is advanced by one enterprise to another, constituting not less than 51% of the book value of other enterprise. हम लोन दे रहे हैं दूसरे कंपनी को, कितना? More than 51% of the total assets of that other company we are giving loan. Are we like majorly controlling that company? Yes. Then me company and जिनको लोन दे रहे हैं that company, they will become what? Associate enterprise. Some students are like, ma'am, ये पूरी list याद करनी होगी. No, dear students, just repeat and remember it कि this is the asset list. पूरा learn करके कहीं theory question नहीं लिखना है आपको. You have to apply this knowledge. That when I am giving loan to your company, say your company, dear students, total asset is 100 crore. तो मैं आपको 60 crore लोन दे रही हूँ. आपकी बैलेंस शीट ही 100 crore है. Am I majorly controlling your company or not? Then my company and your company is what? Associate enterprise. Simple. Revaluation of assets is to be ignored. Book value of total assets of Y Limited. उसकी book value है 10 crore. X Limited ने लोन दिया. Loan given. Y Limited कितना? 6 crore. 51% से ज्यादा दिया. Y Limited का book value क्या है? 10 crore. 5 crore से ज्यादा I have given loan. I have given 6 crore loan. Am I influencing that company? Yes. Are we sister concern or associate enterprise? Yes. Please draw this diagram. ऐसे ही, या सेम फॉर्मेट में ड्रॉ करो. I know I'm taking like almost half an hour to explain, but it is worth it. When we do problems tomorrow, we will apply this and solve. Chalo. Once again, I have advanced, X Limited has advanced loan to Y Limited, 6 crores, whereas Y Limited's total balance sheet is only 10 crore. Okay? Right. Chalo. Now, one enterprise, कितने से ज्यादा आपको लोन देना है? 51% of their balance sheet. One enterprise guarantees not less than 10% of the total borrowing of other enterprise. See, today's world, if someone is giving guarantee, it is such a great support कि हाँ इनको दो मेरी guarantee, they will do nice. So, Ramya Co has total loan of $1 million from AB, Bank of America. Out of that, Tanya Limited, an Indian company, guaranteed 25% of total borrowings. हाँ, कम से कम कितना गारंटी करना है? 10%. Underline the clue words. Underline the clue words. Whenever I underline, no, you should also underline. Ramya Co has total loan of this thing. Okay. Ramya ने लोन लिया है से 1 crore का, ऐसे $1 million बोला है. Tanya has guaranteed. तान्या लिमिटेड guaranteed. किसको? रम्या को? नो, टू द बैंक ऑफ अमेरिका. ओके, कितना गारंटी दिया है? 25% of the total borrowings. Then Ramya and Tanya would be associate enterprise. Loan has taken by Ramya Limited. Ramya ने बैंक ऑफ अमेरिका से लोन लिया, तान्या ने बैंक ऑफ अमेरिका को गारंटी दिया above 10%, in fact 25%, that if Ramya doesn't pay, I will pay back. Wow, this is super. So Tanya and Ramya are what? Associate enterprise. And now last two ones which are very important. More than half of the board of directors or members of the governing board, or not, or one, not half of the total number of executive directors of the governing board are appointed by other enterprise. Means you are appointing other companies more than 50% directors. X Limited has 15 directors. Out of that, Y Limit has appointed 8 directors. ये देखो, ये है Y Limited. Y Limited. ये है X Limited. यहाँ कितने डायरेक्टर्स हैं? 15 डायरेक्टर्स. X Limited के पास है 15 डायरेक्टर्स. Y Limited appointed. डायग्राम ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं या नहीं? Otherwise, theory reading is confusing. When you put it in picture, it will be clear in your mind, and that speed will come in exam to solve the question. X Limited has 15 directors. Yeah, I will say where it is associate enterprise and where it is deemed. These are all deemed. These are all, the list is deemed associate enterprise. Right from the beginning, 92A2 wale. Direct control is only. Very nice question asked is, ma'am, how do we know that these are associate enterprise directly or in a deemed way? All these are deemed. I didn't wanted to control your company, but your company's 15 में से 9 directors I am appointing. So indirectly I am controlling. Ma'am, then what is direct control? First two. है ना? ये देखो. Okay, no problem. ये देखो. 92A1. These are directly, where you are having voting power and all. डायरेक्टली मेरा कंट्रोल है क्योंकि मेरे पास तुम्हारे कंपनी के 26% से ज्यादा शेयर्स हैं. Only these two are direct. All the other are deemed. Now I hope your doubt is clear. Please come back to the last ones. Y Limited is appointing 8 directors out of 15. Or you should know what do you mean by executive director. There are 12 members, 12 board of directors. In that 12 board of directors, say just for example, 5 board of directors are in the executive team. वो ना एकदम कोर काम करते हैं. बाकी के डायरेक्टर्स, they attend every 2-3 months the board meeting and all, but these people are like working core. Now how they are working core is that it includes whom? Like chairman, vice chairman, director of finance, director admin, director HR. So these are 3-4 people who are controlling. So other company ka ya to more than half of the directors we will appoint, or one executive director. Only one executive director if I am appointing. My company and your company are associate enterprise. देखो, रीड करो ये पॉइंट को अच्छे से. And your doubt is clear. Deemed and normal associate enterprise. Just we have come to the end of the list and we'll solve the question. Yeah. More than half of the board of directors or members of governing board or not, and or one, not half of the total number of executive directors, 6 में से 3 वैसा नहीं, one of the executive director, and that too this condition is or. Okay, then the two enterprises are said to be associate enterprise, or one company is controlling another company. X Limited has 15 directors, out of which Y Limited has appointed 8 directors. In such a case, X and Y would be associate enterprise. Mere power to appoint the director is not sufficient. Now, more than half of the director members of the governing board or one or more of the executive directors of each of the two enterprises are appointed by the same person. Mr. Beans is appointing 9 directors out of संता लिमिटेड के पास 15 डायरेक्टर्स हैं, उसमें से 15 डायरेक्टर सिंगल पर्सन मिस्टर बीन अपॉइंटेड. अब बनता लिमिटेड है, बनता लिमिटेड के 2 एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर्स. आई टोल्ड यू एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर में 50% की जरूरत नहीं है. So Mr. B alone is appointing more than 50% director of S Limited and 2 executive directors of B Limited. These two become what? Associate enterprise. Is my speed fine? All clear? Or anyone needs any example? Put it in chat box. Padho bhi. Because the gist is, how do you say it is all deemed associate enterprise? Directly you're holding 26%, then to no problem, it is associate enterprise. But indirectly when you're holding, so based on holding, or same person holding more than 26% share, और लोन की दे रहे हैं 51% से ज्यादा, गारंटी दे रहे हैं 10% से ज्यादा. The other party has taken loan from Bank of America, but we are giving more than 10% of debt का guarantee, more than 51% of total assets, और या फिर more than 10% interest in firm AOP BO है, common है, तो then they are associate enterprise. Management में more than 50%, okay, of the directors. One second, dear students. So more than 50% of directors appointed, or same person appoints in 2 companies, 1 or more executive, to management basis पे. Now activity, 100% I am dependent on someone for raw material or for their patent copyright, or 100% I am selling to them. So my sales are influenced. Control. One enterprise controlled by individual and other by his relative. One is controlled by HUF and other by his relative. So these are like the gist criteria. ये एक आपको इनफैक्ट ऐसे ब्लॉक में डालना चाहिए ताकि एग्जाम के पहले इसको बार बार पढ़ने से ये याद हो जाएगा. मैम लोन कितने से ज्यादा देना है? 51% ऑफ टोटल असेट्स. गारंटी कितने से ज्यादा देना है? 10% ऑफ द डेप्ट. डायरेक्टर्स कितने अपॉइंट करना है? 50% से ज्यादा. एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर 1, होल्डिंग इन अदर कंपनी 26%. या तो डायरेक्ट दोनों में, या फिर आई एम होल्डिंग इन बी, बी इज होल्डिंग इन सी, एंड सो ऑन. So here we complete your detailed about this. Let us solve one question for associate enterprise. है या नहीं है? अच्छा, and before I go to the next question, dear students, they say associate enterprise. So enterprise का भी meaning दिया हुआ है 92F. Just we should read now from here. You should know. Enterprise to define means a person including certain specified P. P जो है ना इंडिया में फॉरेन कंपनी का, वो भी उसमें इंक्लूडेड है. If they have activities relating to storage, supply, distribution, technical know-how, provision of services, carrying on any work under contract basis, investments or providing loan, underwriting, such other activity, one or more units or whether unit is located at the same place will do. So these are all कि ठीक है क्या क्या activities करेंगे. P क्या है? When you have a foreign company as a fixed place of business. These are all definitions. Transactions include an arrangement or action, whether or not it is in writing or whether, sometimes मैम ये तो ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग में कवर होगा, तो आप बोलेंगे लेकिन ये तो कोई ट्रांजैक्शन ही नहीं है, कहीं लिखा नहीं है. तो जो दिख के आ रहा है कि दिस यू आर ट्राइंग टू इन्फ्लुएंस द अदर कंपनी और योर कंपनी इज इन्फ्लुएंस्ड, दिस नीड नॉट बी डॉक्यूमेंटेड. कोई लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, what kind of transactions are covered? Sale, purchase, lease of tangible asset, intangible asset, provision of services, any other transactions having a bearing on profits, incomes, losses. Okay, like that. Exclusion. Acha, very important. I want somewhere to write down that for these transfer pricing provisions and all, one resident and one non-resident. ये होना चाहिए. Are you getting or not? Transfer pricing is covering international transaction. तो एक तो NRI होना है ना. One resident, another one more resident. Can they have international transactions? No. यहाँ पे लिख दो except specified domestic transaction. मतलब कुछ ऐसे domestic transactions है above 20 crore and all, where they are putting the concept of transfer pricing. We will study that. Acha, what about two non-residents? Yes. If one non-resident has income in India. As exams are coming nearby, dear students, I always say repetition is the key. However well you understand, you need to keep on repeating. Okay, किसी और का लोन मुझे गारंटी देना है, 10% भी दिया तो बढ़िया है. If I want to give loan to other enterprise, if I give loan above 51% of their assets, I am controlling. If I appoint more than 50% of directors of other company, associate enterprise. One executive director, associate enterprise. All my purchases are from you. All my patent designing formula is from you, controlling, associate enterprise. Everything I'm selling to you, associate. So, इसीलिए for that reason only this grouping is given. So that, ma'am, this should we write in exam? Never. This is the gist way given so that you remember it. How it is? Associate enterprise. Did you write this? Associate enterprise is that international transaction, मतलब जो arm's length पे होना चाहिए between associate enterprise. One should be resident, another should be non-resident. Both residents are not allowed except one case that is specified domestic transaction where transaction value is more than 20 crore. आएगा, उसको थोड़ा डिटेल पढ़ेंगे. One non-resident to another, हमको क्या मतलब? What we have to do if one non-resident is doing transaction with another, except when one non-resident has income in India. ठीक है? अच्छा. Now let us quickly do 92B. अभी we have completed 92A, that is associate enterprise. Now 92B, that is international transaction. It can be for sale, purchase, lease of tangible assets, provisions, lending, borrowing, other transactions, mutual agreement between two or more associate enterprise and all. Okay? Yeah, this will not include head office branches. Right. There is one more way of deemed international transaction. जैसे deemed associate enterprise है ना, डीम्ड इंटरनेशनल ट्रांजैक्शन भी है. वो क्या है देखो, डीम्ड इंटरनेशनल ट्रांजैक्शन, डीम्ड एसोसिएट एंटरप्राइज की है ना. See, I told you international transaction has to be like for sale, purchase and all between two countries. कोई भी इनमें रह सकते हैं, right? Okay. Now say, let us draw one diagram here. I am also drawing, you also do. Sun Limited. Okay. Moon Limited. उनके 36% शेयर हमारे पास है, तो हम दोनों क्या हुए, एसोसिएट एंटरप्राइज. नाउ I am entering into transaction with Mars Limited. Sun is entering into, arrow mark ध्यान से करना. क्लियर है? I'll थोड़ा बड़ा करके मैं लिख रही हूँ so that it should be clear. If not, I'll draw it in notebook. So Sun Limited and Moon Limited are already associate enterprise. Huh? This time the transaction is between Sun Limited and Mars Limited. लिखा आपने यहां तक? आई एम वेटिंग. सन लिमिटेड एंड मार्स लिमिटेड के बीच में ट्रांजैक्शन है एंड देयर इज ऑलरेडी अ प्रायर अग्रीमेंट. Prior agreement between Moon and Mars. I think, shall I draw it in the notebook or all clear? One second. I am only not satisfied. Sorry. Let us do it in the notebook और वापस करते हैं. Deemed international transaction. Deemed और assumed. Sister concern के बीच में ही है. अच्छे से draw करो. Deemed international transaction. Deemed or assumed to be international transaction 92B के हिसाब से. Okay. Now see. Already Moon Limited and this side Sun Limited. They are associate enterprise. More than say 36% shares of Moon Limited are with me. So we are already associate enterprise. This time there's a transaction between Sun Limited and Mars Limited. These are independent transaction. तो यहाँ तो कोई sister concern वाली बात ही नहीं है, because Sun and Mars are not related. But this transaction के लिए already there is a prior agreement between Moon Limited and Mars Limited. Then this will become, though it's an independent transaction, deemed international transaction, assumed to be the international transaction. Who? Between Sun and Mars Limited. You draw it. I will re-explain again. पूरा diagram दिख रहा है सबको screen पे? Draw करो. Preferably textbook में header footer में बना दो on page number 323 or somewhere. Finish writing. Shall I explain? See, Sun and Moon are already associate enterprise because Sun is having 36%, more than 26% shares in Moon. Now you know Sun and Moon, if they do transaction, वो तो associate enterprise में caught up हो जाएंगे, फिर transfer pricing लगेगा. तो Moon क्या करता है? 500 boxes order place कर रहा है Mars को. Moon is placing the pre-order 500 boxes to Mars. Now Mars is placing order 500 boxes to Sun. Are you all with me? मून और मार्स की बात हो गई है कि मार्स आप ना मुझे 500 बॉक्सेस सप्लाई करोगे. तो नाउ मार्स इज ऑर्डरिंग 500 बॉक्सेस फ्रॉम सन. So now sun is supplying to Mars. It's an independent transaction, but indirectly it is for moon only na. Directly if I do transactions to moon, sun to moon, we will be caught up. Followed? But indirectly we are doing transaction with this only, no? One second. So indirectly, the transaction is between sun and moon. Sun and moon, if they do transactions directly, they will be caught up. So moon is doing a prior agreement with Mars कि मेरे को 500 box देना. Based on that agreement, Mars is independently placing the order to sun. And sun and Mars are not related. But because it has a pre-order from the sister concern of sun, this transaction is deemed or assumed to be international transaction between sun and moon. And they will have to make it at arm's length. I'm reading, abhi tak I have not read the 3 points of 92B clause 2, but aap pehle padho. Shall I close the screen? Is it clear? Chalo, let us read it here. Oh, I was here. They have no international. Yeah. See, when there is in a transaction entered into by one enterprise with other, then an associate enterprise, there exists a prior agreement in relation to relevant transaction between other enterprise and my associate enterprise. Other enterprise kaun hai? I want you to write the names here. Mars Limited and my associate enterprise is Moon Limited, where terms of relevant transactions are determined in substance between such person and associate enterprise, either enterprise or associate both are non-resident, then such transactions entered into between them shall be deemed to be international. वो तो ठीक है, दोनों में से non-resident तो रहना है ना, where the enterprise or the associate enterprise or both should be non-resident. समझ में आ रहा है? Me and sun और moon में से कोई एक तो non-resident होना है ना. If A Limited is Indian company has entered into agreement for sale of the product to Mr. B, an unrelated party. A और B के बीच में prior agreement है, and B has entered agreement for sale of the product X with C. B ने order किया है C. Now A non-resident, which is specified foreign company in relation to A Limited. Okay. So B has entered into agreement. देखो A Limited हमने नाम चेंज कर दिया ना, तो अब ये नाम से एग्जाम्पल बना लेते हैं. और एक A Limited is Indian company has entered into agreement for sale of the product to Mr. B. Okay, an unrelated party. A ने बोला हाँ ठीक है, B Limited I'll give you. Now Mr. B has entered into an agreement for the sale of the product X with C. B ने order place किया C को. A non-resident entity which is specified foreign company in relation to A Limited. C और A already related है. A ने B को order दिया, B ने C को order दिया. Then these transactions are between A Limited and B Limited shall be deemed to be international transactions, and irrespective of whether or not B is non-resident. ये लगेगा आपको. Clear है? एक तो non-resident होना है दोनों में से, and then it will be applicable. Clear or not this? I think better than this AB my diagram is clear. कि already they have pre-agreement and one of the parties has to be non-resident, then it is deemed international transaction. Chalo. Now in international transactions, what kind of transaction you can do? Just give reading. Purchase, sale, transfer, lease, capital financing, loan, other services, restructuring of the companies and so on. Inclusions in the intangible property. When the transaction can be for tangible property, intangible property, then patents, copyrights, softwares, a lot of work is being done in the secondary market. Goodwill. So all this will cover in the list. Just know it now. How many things we have covered until now? 92A. 92A is when there is a transaction between associate enterprise. 92B. What is an international transaction and what is deemed or assumed to be international transaction? That's what we have seen. Okay. Third is, okay, chalo, agreed that there are associate enterprise and there is international transaction between them. Now, this transaction should be at arm's length price. If not, we will bring it at arm's length price. And if the income is increasing or expenses are reducing, we will increase the income of the company in India. तो अब वो कैसे करेंगे? देखो, arm's length price is defined to mean price which is applied or proposed to be applied between associate enterprise, unbiased price between unrelated person and in uncontrolled conditions. कोई control नहीं है. So arm's length price derive करने के लिए 92C is giving you 5 methods. Yes. So various methods have been given. The facts as well as method incorporated are not exhaustive as they can have their own method. First method, very popular as I said, and compulsory you will get the question on this method, that is cup method, comparable uncontrolled price. Okay, our price is controlled because we are associate enterprise. What is uncontrolled price with the third party? Start from that and do the plus minus. So comparable uncontrolled price. Resale price, as I am buying from you and selling, minus करके आ जाओ. Cost plus method or split the profit or TNMM, that is transaction net margin method. Mostly in exam they are asking you cup method. Yeah. So now one simple problem of cup method we are starting. और इसमें ना मुझे कुछ format नहीं बताना. Just this is the problem, this is the answer. Ma'am, how many marks? 5 marks each. How many questions they will ask you? 2 questions they will ask. Always start with uncontrolled third party price. हाँ, कि वहां से तो इतने में आ रहा है, आप तो इतना ले रहे हैं, बट वहां पे वो एक्स्ट्रा ये लगा रहे हैं ना, they are doing this and that and that. So like that if you do, you will come at a proper price. Clear to all of you? Right. Let us then begin with this first problem. Until now everything is clear, is the flow of the class? Oh, first problem is to decide whether this would attract transfer pricing provisions or not. Yeah, this is a nice question. I said no, for 5 marks they have asked. Decide whether it is transfer pricing is applicable. So ma'am, transfer pricing kab lagega? When there is international transaction between associate enterprise. One of the parties is non-resident. And those kind of transactions are covered in the definition of international transaction, which is given in 92B, between associate enterprise, which is given in 92A, and the solution is 92C. Cup method follow karo. Dekho. Scientific research service provided by CCOM Italian company, an Indian company. So CCOM is specified foreign company. अभी specified foreign company तो है नहीं, but our scientific research transaction specified मतलब छोड़ दो, बट फिर भी 26% से ज्यादा शेयर हैं आज हमारे पास. ओके, सो आर दीज ट्रांजैक्शंस कवर्ड? यस, अंडर द ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग. Answer is yes. Are you all with me? That specified foreign company 115 concept, but any company whose more than 26% shares are with me and scientific research activity hai, and they are giving services from Italy, तो we'll see कि Italian company दूसरे Indian brands को क्या rate पे दे रही है. तो इस transfer pricing applicable? Answer is yes. Purchase of commodity by Omega Limited, an Indian company, from Xylo AG, a German company. Omega Limited is a subsidiary of the Xylo. So purchases of commodities by Omega from holding company. Omega is subsidiary और ये holding company है. तो obviously more than 51% shares हैं. So are they associate enterprise? Yes. Holding subsidiary companies, is transfer pricing applicable? Yes. Branches में it is not applicable. So answer is yes. Transfer pricing is applicable. EF Limited is Indian company, has two units, E and F. Unit E, which commenced business 2 years back, is engaged in development of highway project, for which purpose an agreement has been entered into. Unit F is carrying on business of trading in steel. अब ये दोनों इंडियन कंपनी के यूनिट्स हैं, इनका कोई ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं है, इंटरनेशनल कुछ नहीं है, तो देन इन दैट केस दिस इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल. Transfer pricing provisions are not applicable. Geeta, a resident Indian, is a director of Theta Limited, an Indian company. Theta Limited pays salary of 40 lakhs to Samyukta, who is Geeta's daughter. Geeta is a director in the company. That company is Indian company. And that Indian company is paying salary to Geeta's daughter. So, unreasonable salary should not be given and all. But is this covered in international transaction and transfer pricing? Answer is no. No. Transfer of technical know-how Y Limited, Indian company, to a French company, which guarantees 50% of the borrowings by Y Limited. 10% से ज्यादा भी कोई गारंटी दे देना, तो it will become associate enterprise. So what will be the answer? Yes, as more than 10% guarantee. So this is how you have to decide. And cup method, one simple problem I am taking to build the base, and then we will continue tomorrow. Identify the price charged or paid for property transferred or services in a comparable uncontrolled. Comparable uncontrolled price method is followed where they are supplying to others also. If they are selling to me at 24,000, are they selling in the market at 30,000? Then why did they sell me at 24? Then compare the price and always start with the uncontrolled price. I want all of you to write here in the steps. मैम स्टेप्स लर्न करने हैं क्या? एडवांटेज डिसएडवांटेज कुछ पढ़ो भी मतलब सीधा प्रॉब्लम नंबर 2, लास्ट वन फॉर टुडे. 3 onwards we will do tomorrow. And I said in exam they are not only asking problems only related to purchase and sale, कुछ और भी पूछ सकते हैं आपको, है ना? In loan लेना, labor rates and all. Ron, UK and AB Limited are associate enterprise. AB Limited manufactures cellular phones and sell them to Ron Limited. AB इंडियन कंपनी है, एसोसिएट एंटरप्राइज को सेल कर रही है. एंड नील कोई कनाडा की कंपनी है, उसको भी सेल कर रहे हैं. AB सेलिंग टू रॉन एंड AB सेलिंग टू नील, बट नील आर्म्स लेंथ है, रॉन क्या है मेरा? एसोसिएट एंटरप्राइज है. डायग्राम क्लियर है या नहीं? During the year, AB Limited supplies 2,50,000 cell phones to Ron, 3,000, and 35,000 to Neil at 4,800. So other than sister concern, we have supplied at 4,800 per unit. So I always say start with the uncontrolled price. The transactions of AB Limited are comparable as. Okay, please, this is your first problem. So give more time to reading and try to understand the transactions. Okay, right. Sales to Ron Limited is free on board. मतलब मेरा सिस्टर कंसर्न से जब मैं सेल कर रही हूँ तो आई एम सप्लाइंग एट देयर कंट्री फ्री ऑन बोर्ड, मतलब इंडिया से रॉन यूके को भेजने सेंडिंग एक्सपेंडिचर इज माइन, फ्री ऑन बोर्ड दोज हु वांट टू राइट. And when I'm sending it to third party who's not my associate enterprise, नहीं, I'm saying आके लेके जाओ. CIF is included. Carriage, insurance, on-road freight. समझ में आ रहा है? I'm telling to you. Oh, you want to come and buy from me? 50 rupees. Here. If you want us free on board, we will supply in your country at 50. If you want to buy and come and buy in India, then you buy at 40, क्योंकि आप ही इंडिया में आके अपना कैरेज और लगा के लेके जाना. तो अनएसोसिएट को आई हैव sold at a higher rate because I have added the CIF expenses. Are you all with me? I might take 15 minutes all to read, but that's okay. This is your first problem, base building problem. I have sold to my sister concern free on board, no expenses. But to others, I have added the expense. So obviously their selling price is going to be high, na? Because in others, I have added the CIF, freight, insurance and all paid by Ron. For each is 700. Sister concern को तो हम free on board, मतलब हम bear करेंगे. But others को तो I have charged. So in others 4,800. If I have charged 700 expenses which I didn't charge to my sister concern, तो उतना तो selling price नीचे आना है ना, less. Sales to Neil are free warranty for 2 years, whereas to Ron are without any such warranty. जो थर्ड पार्टी को सेल किए हैं उसमें फ्री वारंटी है. So for that reason you have added 500 warranty. See, if we are giving something free, that's hidden, added in that, no? Whereas to my sister concern, कोई warranty नहीं है. So there I have added for others 500 for warranty. That I'm not going to charge my sister concern. So minus. This minus. I'll explain one more time when I write. Since Ron's orders are huge in quantity, discount of 200 per unit is offered. Others को भी offer करो फिर, तब फिर price comparable होगी. 4,800 when I am charging to others, I am not offering any discount. But 3,000 when I am charging to my sister concern, I am offering discount. तो उनको भी offer करो. Just actual में नहीं offer करना है, comparison. So compute arm's length price and the amount of increase in total income Indian concern ki because of the transfer pricing provisions. Is reading the problem clear? And please don't buttify कि मैम CIF वाला plus होगा, warranty minus होगा. One twist and add will become less and less will become add. Chalo. Good quality, good problems we will be solving tomorrow for interest, for sales, for goodwill and all. Chalo, last we'll complete this problem and close. Problem number 2. Okay. First, I want you all to draw this diagram for your understanding. Final exam mein mat karna. AB Limited is an Indian company. Sells phones to Ron, associate enterprise, and to Neil, other. तो एसोसिएट एंटरप्राइज को हमने कितने में सेल किया है पर यूनिट? 3000. एसोसिएट एंटरप्राइज को 3000, बाकी को 4000. तो गवर्नमेंट इज सेइंग यू आर सप्रेसिंग योर सेल फ्रॉम इंडिया. From India, if you are selling to your associate enterprise 3000, to other public in Canada and other countries 4000, you are suppressing. 1800 रुपए ऐड करो आपकी इनकम में पर यूनिट. वी आर सेइंग नो सर, ऐसी बात नहीं है, आपने ठीक से देखा नहीं. नाउ आई एम ट्राइंग टू जस्टिफाई. ओके, राइट. आई एम स्टार्टिंग विथ फर्स्ट मेथड. दिस इज योर फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम. तो write down all details. First method. Just 1 second, na laptop I'll switch on. No need to draw the diagram in the exam. No need to write the format. But here I'm doing little extra so that when your concepts are super clear, the speed comes in exam to do it fast. And this is the first problem. See your speed by tomorrow end of the class. Okay. So we are doing right now first method. Comparable uncontrolled price, and I always say that start with the uncontrolled price. Okay, so what is the uncontrolled price? Computation of arm's length price किसके लिए? For AB Limited. Particulars, amount. Always start with price per unit. Comparable uncontrolled price to नील लिमिटेड. जो अनबाइस्ड कंपनी थी उसको हमने कितने में दिया? 4800. आई एम नॉट राइटिंग फॉर ऑल द नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स, फिर लास्ट में मल्टीप्लाई कर लेंगे, अदरवाइज द फिगर्स विल गो इन करोड्स. सो 4800 is the price. Okay, now less. First one, sale to a sister concern is free on board. No, पूरा हम देख लेंगे. But to Neil, we have added 700 CIF. Sales RCIF, carriage insurance freight सब add किया है, तो अब क्या करो? माइनस कर दो. Carriage insurance freight included. This is included for outsider. Second, sale to Neil are under a free warranty for 2 years to a sister concern, warranty के साथ. But sales to, sorry, reverse I am reading. Sales to Neil, this party, warranty, free warranty. Whereas sales to Ron are without any such warranty, such estimated cost. तो अगर हमने नील को वारंटी के साथ दिया है तो वारंटी का कॉस्ट भी तो ऐड किया है. एंड रॉन लिमिटेड, आवर सिस्टर कंसर्न, नो वारंटी. So for others, if we are charging extra, because we are including in that warranty charges. मैम ऐसे ही प्रॉब्लम एग्जाम में आएंगे, बिल्कुल ऐसे ही. एंड द मोर यू स्पीड अप यू कैन, एंड अच्छे से हो जाएगा. 5 से 7 मार्क्स के प्रॉब्लम आते हैं, 3-4 एडजस्टमेंट होते हैं. प्रेजेंटेशन इज इम्पोर्टेंट. सम स्टूडेंट्स व्हेन आई गिव एज होमवर्क, नो, दे वांट टू स्टार्ट विथ 3000 एंड दे वांट टू ऐड. मैम सिस्टर कंसर्न के लिए तो फ्री वारंटी है ना, 500 ऐड करो, बाहर वालों को तो नहीं है. समझ में आ रहा है? जब नील के लिए आई हैव गिवन फ्री वारंटी मींस, see, always remember when something is given free there is hidden cost. तो I've already included, inflated the cost, तो वो निकाल दो. सिस्टर कंसर्न के लिए नहीं है. Since Ron's order was huge, quantity discount to Ron कितना दिए हैं आपने? 200. So give that same quantity discount to Neil also. जो रॉन को दिए वो अगर नील को देते, अब जो प्राइस है दिस इज अ कंपेरेबल प्राइस. 1400 माइनस कर दो 3400. This is the arm's length price for supply to associate enterprise और उसका नाम क्या है? रॉन लिमिटेड. बाहर वालों को you have charged 4800 but you added CIF minus that. यहाँ तो नहीं ऐड किया ना, यहाँ तो we have given free of like free on board. There we have given with warranty. Here there is no warranty. So there also minus warranty. Here we have given discount. There we have not given. So there also minus discount. Bring it at par. It's not always less. Sometimes add is there. Sometimes less is there, like that. Okay. Right. So 3400 is the arm's length hona cha. Now what is the actual price charged? From Ron Limited, जो हमारे सिस्टर कंसर्न है, उनसे एक्चुअल में हमने कितना प्राइस चार्ज किया? 3000. Have we undercharged or undershown the sales? Yes. Increase in selling price per unit. 400 रुपए का सेल कम बताया आपने. Number of units. How many units are there? 2,50,000. So increase sales, and so indirect impact is total income by कितने से बढ़ा दोगे? With how much you will increase? Are you all with me and following or not? Add less. One. How many units are there? 2,50,000 per unit. 400 रुपए से सेल बढ़ा दो. 10 crore. 10 crore you have undershown your sales, undershown your profit, increase your income and pay the tax. This is what is transfer pricing. Ma'am, had it been reverse, we would have charged more. हमने ना 3400 है. Option 2 हो गया ये लिखना सबका. Option 2 is if they twist the exam में problem. Actual price. See, you all want to become CMA. I also want to become author. So any problem, we should have option 2, option 3, option 4. I hope you are not getting confused. Problem khatam ho gaya, exam mein option nahi karna. I am just changing one bit and showing you what is the impact on the profit. Suppose if actual price charged is 4,100, जबकि arm's length price कितनी है? 3,400. Excess सेल्स वैल्यू, अरे आपने तो ज्यादा बता दिया 700 रुपए. Shall I reduce the sales? Reduce the sales? No. Ignore transfer pricing provisions. घर जाओ सो जाओ. अभी नहीं, this is online class. Just I am telling you. Give by I did all the plus and minus and I came to know कि arm's length price is 4,100 3,400. ये रहा add less करके from my unrelated party plus minus करके from sister concern. चलो, to them I have not given discount. Sister concern I gave discount and warranty and all and all. So I should have charged 3,400. I have already charged from my sister concern 4,100. ओ 700 रुपए सेल ज्यादा बताया, कम करो सेल, प्रॉफिट कम करो, रिफंड मांगो. नो, ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग इज एप्लीकेबल ओनली व्हेन इनकम इज इंक्रीजिंग or expenses are reducing. So expenses are reducing, then also income is increasing. Finish writing. Can I close the screen, or you have any options in your mind? More 4 to 5. One more actually popular adjustment I didn't take in this is credit period. काफी बार हम क्रेडिट पीरियड भी देते हैं ना सिस्टर कंसर्न को, तो वो इंटरेस्ट भी इंक्लूडेड है. बाहर वालों को देते हैं, सिस्टर कंसर्न को बोलते हैं नहीं नहीं तुम तो डाउन पेमेंट करो. बाहर वालों को बोलते हैं आई एम टेलिंग टू नील लिमिटेड, ओहो प्लीज पे मी इन 2 months, नो प्रॉब्लम. तो ऑब्वियसली इफ यू पे मी नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू चार्ज 10. इफ नील इज गोइंग टू पे मी आफ्टर 2 months, आई एम गोइंग टू चार्ज हिम 13. यू ऑल नो और नॉट? डाउन पेमेंट में मोबाइल खरीदो तो 20,000 का, इंस्टॉलमेंट में खरीदो तो 25,000. हायर परचेज कॉन्सेप्ट इंटरेस्टेड इन. So might be Neil is a third party to whom I must have given credit, and that credit is included interest, but sister consent to no interest, no minus. So like this, warranty, discount, carriage, and all is there. Okay, right? So this being the first class, this is enough for today. Promise me you will spare 15 to 20 minutes to revise what are associate enterprise. More than itna loan, more than itna guarantee, and more than itna appointment of directors. Read those. I will give on my own some more examples. On the spot, I will take a test tomorrow. I will draw something on screen and ask you, are they associate enterprise or not? And you should be able to answer, because 2 plus 2 marks, 1 into 3 marks, ये popular questions hai. And I have seen students, more than 50% students responses, transfer pricing topic method, cup method आता है. अच्छा है आता है, but that's not the only thing asked in exam. Huh? So IPTA se lekar documents, everything we will do to the point, very nice. And promise me today you will complete and write your DTAA exam. I think that DTAA and equalization revision videos are not extending more than 1.5 hour. Or your material problems, just go through quality good problems we have done. When you are getting the tax credit from one country or from 2 countries you have paid the tax, then how much you will get the relief from 2 countries. It's a simple topic. Complete it, write the exam and then only sleep. Write the exam and then only sleep. I have added one more feature now. I have kept the download option on. So through your laptop, you can download the question paper, take a print, write it as if you're writing. ये 2 topic final exam के लिए खत्म हो जाएंगे. No homeworks today in this. This reading part you do it tomorrow morning. पर आज तो DTA खत्म करो. ठीक है? Right. And do give me an honest feedback, ma'am. Paper was up to the mark, or no, it was over easy, और बहुत लेंदी था क्या? What you are feeling while writing the exam, and how is your experience? Do share it in group, right? That's all for today. Thank you so much all of you. पूछो, कोई doubt है किसी को? And be committed like this. No one should miss the classes. Thank you. Bye.